Hello, Junior Learning House. My name is Pat, and today we're doing matrix square number 1 of our maths lesson. So if you're not sure what that looks like, open up your scrapbook that you would have got from school. If you don't have it, please send a message on Central to one of your teachers. So let's have a look. Matrix square number 1 for maths. So here it is. And the first square says number 1, counting. We're practicing our counting today. And it says practice counting by ones to at least 100. Then, so that's the first part that we're going to do today. Then after that, count by 2s, 5s, and 10s to 100, starting at any number. Count backwards from 100. It's a good one too. And most importantly, practice your counting every day. So this page, I would like you to do in your scrapbook, and just come back to it every day before you do one of the maths activities. Just do a few counting ideas. Maybe you count by 2s and 5s and 10s. Maybe you come back and you start on a different number the next day. But I'm going to explain everything to you right now. So the first thing we need to do is we need to set up our book. So let's have a look. Now, if you're writing in your scrapbook, you don't need to write your name, but the date would be great. Now, I'm going to say our heading. So pause the video if you haven't done that so far. I'm going to say our heading today can be capital C, counting, C-O-U-N-T-I-N-G, counting, practice. That's going to be our heading today. Now, what I would like you to do is follow along this step with me. If you have a ruler, terrific. If you don't have a ruler, that is okay. Maybe you could use a chopping board, or you can use something flat, like a long book. You can use something from around the house. So what I would like you to do is have 10 lines. 1, move down and do another one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This might take up your whole page. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Terrific. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different lines all the way at the bottom there. So it might take up an entire page, and that's okay. Now, what I'm going to be showing you now, maybe you might do this over 2 days. Maybe you don't want to spend all of your time doing it on one day. That's okay. But try and get it done this week. So what I would like you to do is, well, we're going to start off with the number 1. So you've done your 10 lines. So what I would like you to start off with, nice and neatly, is all the way at the end, you're going to write the number 1. Okay? And all the way at the other side of the line, you're going to write the number 10. Now, in between, I would like you to write down the numbers. So we've gone from 1. The next number would be 2. And then 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, and 9, and then 10. Now, what we're actually making here is a hundreds chart. Now, if this is all a little bit too hard, a little bit too complicated, then on the blank side of paper, you can just write your numbers 1, 2, 3 until you get up to 100. Just do that once. That'll be great practice. Then you can go back to it and have a look the next day. But if you do have a bit of time, hey, let's make this. So how to make it even easier for yourself is if you put a 5 about halfway, well, then now you only need a few numbers in between, and you know that it will be nice and neat and in order. So let me show you. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we've got 5 already. 6, 7, 8, 9. And there's our numbers, 1 to 10. Now, what I would like you to do is keep going with those numbers and do the next line. 11. You might have to write smaller if you're finding you've got a little bit less room. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There you go. So have a look. You're making your own hundreds chart, and now you can see, look, you can count by tens. 10, 20. The next line will go down to 30. We've got 5 plus 10, 15. Or you can count by twos. 2, 4, skip, 6, skip, 8, skip, 10. This is great practice. Now, this is tricky stuff, so it might take you a little while. But again, if it's too hard, do some over a few days or write your numbers 1 to 100 on a blank page. Okay, so we are back, and with the mastery of YouTube, hey, check it out. We've got all the numbers there from 1 to 100 at the bottom. A little bit tricky to fit in. Hopefully you can see that. There you go. So there you go. So you can count by ones, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on, so on. You can count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. You can count by twos. You start on 2. Jump over the next one. 4. Jump over the next one. 6, 8. You can count by fives if you want. 5, 10, 15, 20. We know when we count in fives that the last number in the ones column will either have a 5 or a 0. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. All of that good stuff. Now that might take you a little while to do. That was a big lesson. So maybe you want to do that over maybe an afternoon or 2 afternoons, something like that. But now we've got that hundreds chart, so you can see all of the numbers in 100. You can practice down all of your skip counting. Something else that you can do if you want to do this lesson a little bit differently, always good to have different options, is if you've got a blank piece of paper, all right, well, still need to put the date so that we know and your family knows and your other teachers know when you did the work. But you could just write down numbers. You could just write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then you can continue on the next line if you wanted to. Something else you could do is, all right, well, now that we've got 1 to 10, well, we could maybe try our skip counting of twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And try and get to it as close to 100 as you can, like what the worksheet wants. Or could write in fives. 5. Okay, well, we've got 5, for example, we've got 5. All right, well, 5 plus another 5. All right, we've got 10. Okay. Now remember, with skip counting in fives, 5, 10, we know that the next one is going to have a 5 in the one column. We know that the next one is going to have a 0 in the ones column. 20, 25, 30. Go as high as you can. Then with tens, let's practice our tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Go all the way up to 100. If you're not sure, maybe you could even look on this worksheet here. You could pause it. You could take a photo of it. Then you've got your own hundreds chart. So those were just lots of different ideas of what we're doing today. Now, the best thing is we've made it to the end of the lesson. So what we can do is we bring back up our maths matrix and we highlight it. Now, this sort of practice we do want you to try and do every day. Now, that's not saying we want you to write a hundreds chart every day, but that is saying that we would like you to count by twos and fives and tens. Now, when you're first starting skip counting or jump counting, whatever you want to call it, another great idea is to, just like what I did, start on 2, start on 5, start on 10. But if you want more of a challenge, continue from twos from any number. So let's just say, all right, 14. Well, I'm going to go past 15 and I'm going to jump to the next number. 16. I'm going to go past 17 and I'm going to go skip to the next number. 18, 20, 22. Great. Maybe from fives, you want to start from 35 and get to 100. 35, 40, 45, 50, and so on. Maybe from tens, you want to start from 60, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Lots and lots of different ideas for you there. Hopefully you enjoyed this maths lesson. Once you've done, let your teacher know and show them in the reflection. But otherwise, I will see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching.